At White Knot Technologies, we specialize in bags, embroidery, branded wear, and screen printing. We provide the finest quality for affordable price and fast turnaround time. We make sure you'll be satisfied with your order. Visit us at 18 Fisher Avenue, Epping.
How they're going to fix the country. You can't have an entire season of politics or year of politics watching Parliament on TV. And when you look at the top 3 biggest problems in all townships in this country, those problems are not being discussed in Parliament. So these people, they'll start discussing electricity as a priority in Parliament when load shedding now affects their kids in Sandtons, Bryanstons, and the public and the private schools. I can give you case studies that are documented on TV. Some of us, we've been fighting for electricity for the last 3 years, 4 years in Soweto. There have been communities without electricity consistently for more than 8 months, some 2 years in Soweto. But the problem did not cross the highway and get into Sandton from Alexandra, from Soweto. And that's why it was never a problem discussed in Parliament. But now we are discussing electricity because the load shedding also happens to be affecting those who are living in Sandton.
Does it even affect Sandton?
It doesn't even.
You saw it. It just came out now as I was reading this bill. It only affected us for 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
The generators kick in.
So
do they really have the best interest of fixing this?
No. Send out, they push heavy PR. I wish the politicians can take the PR budgets they have and build Bokoko houses. Would be so much better as a nation. But anyway, they take PR, invest heavy PR in saying, let's move from explaining why our 2020 shutdown of the country has failed. And let's focus on Nhlanhla Lux's bomb outside the house. Make stories. I've been at my peak because a lot of people around me have been super at their peak, which makes me stronger. So the leadership in the township has been amazing. We've been able to package what we think could be the future, a gift to the future of the country through the community structures outside politics, which is a big thing for me. The noise has been there, but we're not here for the cheers and the clapping of hands. So we are not even moved by the boos if there are any legitimate boos, So for us, it's just one-way traffic, and that traffic is where the destination is, in between where we are and where we are going with our entire community. So what everybody has to say, what everyone else has to think or say, really, it's not my problem. It's not my.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy King 053, Mr. Easy Money, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I'm going to cover the episode that I just watched from the Hustlers Corners, DJ Spoo interviewing interviewing Nhlanhla Lux, and Nhlanhla Lux just giving us an update on how things are going and everything, as you guys saw on that first clip that I played for you guys. So for me, it is clear that Nhlanhla Lux is a guy that is fighting for black people. It looks like his black consciousness mind is slowly revealing itself, and I don't know anyone in the open media space, what we call the controlled media, that is speaking about black consciousness, and that is being allowed to be given black consciousness, especially politicians. If you are not a politician, they'll give you that role anytime, like people like Maponga and so on and so forth. But if you are going into politics and you want people to vote for you, talking about black consciousness will always be a threat to the white monopoly capitalist, if I can say that, our number one enemy. And as you guys know, in my channel, I strongly motivate that let's keep the black agenda the main agenda. And I kind of like what Lux is doing there. And in the beginning of the interview, I like the tone also. I spoke a lot of times about the tone in as far as how you say things and how you want things to come across. I can speak like this and just, and all of that. But the moment I change my tone and start speaking with a higher note and start speaking like that, I can offend you easily than when I'm speaking down here and I'm just trying to. It's a respectful tone that he started with, and I was watching, thinking, is he going to break this tone? And it got me very interesting. I watched the whole interview because I also did not want to quote Nhlanhla Lux out of content. He then stressed about a very important thing to say he is not going to stand as an individual in parliament or wanting to be voted as an individual. He wants to stand, he wants communities to stand together and form a civil community type of thing. A civil community is just another word for a political party because basically their reward in terms of numbers is the same as political parties, meaning they can put depending on how many votes they get, they can put then a lot of bums on the seats of parliament in terms of how many representatives they can have on parliament. So that was very interesting. Go and watch the whole interview so that you can get the gist and everything of what Nhlanhla Lux was saying. I kind of like that they thought of it. Even though he feels like he's not getting into politics, he will never be a politician. I kind of understand what he's saying, but the reality of the matter is once you get into politics, the number games is going to take place. What do I mean by that? If let's say Nhlanhla gets 5 seats in parliament, and then there's an issue again like Phala that arises, and maybe it's about the whoever the merging president is about, and the 5, if they disagree with let's say Cyril Ramaphosa accounting for what happened in Phala, there's nothing they can do because the number game that ANC will have will always protect the president because of the number of seats they have in parliament. So that is not going to change. Even if you are an individual that is going to take part of the ballot, the electoral ballot, or you are a community that's coming to stand as a community, it's not going to change the fact that the numbers, the majority will always rule in parliament. We are not going to listen to the minority in parliament. So for me, I kind of like that very much that he spoke about that and broke it down. If Tembisa wants to stand alone, Guruleni wants to stand alone, and whatever the case can be in terms of those people in different communities, I would say Lux try to get all communities to stand together and support you. It doesn't matter if you are in Soweto. Don't limit yourself to Soweto. There's a lot of people outside Soweto that really like what Lux is representing, and I would like to see him spread his wings more because he can with more seats in parliament. You can affect decision makings more and more. So that's what I wanted to say. And by the way, the Nhlanhla Lux is talking now, I don't see mainstream media giving him any shine anymore. I don't see mainstream media giving him the shine and the respect or the airtime that he will need to get his point across. I promise you, we will start seeing him more and more on what you call social media, YouTube platforms, and less on the mainstream. He already burned the bridge with Power to Truth on ESPN because he thought JJ Tabane was asking him questions to trap him. And I don't see them inviting him until he builds so much momentum that when time comes, they're going to have to respect what Lux is doing and invite him there. But they're going to limit it. Just like Andile of Blackfest Landfest, the way he was speaking, I just knew that media is going to start cutting him off slowly but surely, up to the point where you're not going to hear anything that Blackfest Landfest does. One of my favorite parties, by the way. And as the interview was going, and I was very happy, then Nhlanhla Lux started talking his gangster talk again. Looks like this character of Nhlanhla Lux keep on creeping up. And that, for me, that is the red flag that I'm like, No, man, I don't like it when you speak. Leave this gangsterism talk as if you unjaya strata. Okay, let me just play the clip so you guys can understand what I'm saying.
I'm in space, so I can't control life. Now, kupartswele mpedi. Ke ntho e nyane, ke na tlashe le Julius ya mannete. Julius a ke motjhi ka nnete. Julius nka mtlatsa e le hore se ke tauwe ke ntho tsa lefatshe. But now I operate in vibrations that are way deep. So I can't just respond. And e re ko bolelle nna ke tswa ke samme pavement this book. Every time o kopane le nna before, you would never met in boardrooms. Ne re kopana strateng le ntjatsa strata strong.
And once again, for those who don't know, I met you through Pro.
Yeah, 100%.
I know you because of Pro. Linda.
Yeah. So you hear that I really don't like how Lux addresses himself when he starts speaking about Njaya Strata. You killed 4 of my people and what. Listen, all of us are going through stuff in our communities, and all of us have got what I call the G in us. So usually the loudest guy is the most harmless guy. And for me, Nhlanhla is a barking dog. And I don't mean it in a disrespectful manner, but it is himself who's bringing himself across like that to say, Njaya Strata, hey, AK-47, this, hey, this and that. Listen, the guys that are really killing people and addressing things in a gangster way don't speak on camera. Once you speak on camera, you're putting your family in danger. Once you speak on camera, you're putting your life in danger and your friends. So I don't like that gangsterism talk. I don't like anything that aligns itself with trying to show us who's more ghetto and who's less ghetto. And again, you don't have to address Mr. Malema. Bergman, DJ Spoo did not ask you anything about Julius Malema. So why are you addressing him? Don't address Julius Malema. Julius Malema does not say your name. Don't say his name. Don't give him any shine. This is your interview. Carry yourself in that interview. What? Stop that type of energy. It does not help us with anything. And last but not least, I think second last point, I think Lux will struggle to get about 50,000 votes, 150,000 votes, 200,000 votes, 1 million votes. Even with this petition that he was trying to get signed, I think they were somewhere at 6,000 votes, closing to 10,000. That shows you how much harder they have to work in terms of, getting sponsorship and then getting to that 50,000, 100,000, and having people to sit in parliament. You're going to need a lot of money. You're fighting with the ANC, the DA, the EAF, parties that have got funding behind them. So if you want to actually get those numbers behind you, like I said, spread your wings more than Soweto. Out of Soweto, you can get, I would say there would be somewhere at 200 and something thousand, and which can get them maybe 3 or 4, depending on the overall outcome and number of how many people actually voted. People don't speak about this. The numbers are not just simple that when you get 50,000, you get one chair. It's about the overall. And there is a mathematical, scientific method to determine how much one chair is going to be at the end of the day. Another thing that is very important that Lux is not doing, that Soweto Parliament must start doing going forward, show us who are the other people that Lux is standing with. So far, I only know Lux at Soweto Parliament. Is that a good thing? Maybe. Is that a bad thing? Also maybe. Show us who are the other brains behind the brand of Soweto Parliament, so that we can know who to keep accountable. Why is it that Soweto Parliament is so scared to bring the other people to light in terms of social media presence, in terms of interviews that are happening? You don't have to just interview Nhlanhla Lux at all times. Show us the other candidates so that we can get excited in terms of getting the people excited to vote for Soweto Parliament. So for me, that's actually one thing that I will urge Soweto Parliament to do, to say, listen guys, Lux must not. Lux can be the face, but he must not be the only voice. If you understand what I'm saying. It's a boy King 053. Tell me what you think. Is Lux going to show us something nice? Do you think Soweto Parliament can get about 3, 4, 5 seats in Parliament? For now, I don't think so. But as time goes by, I might change my mind as we start seeing political campaigns unfolding towards the end of this year, the mid towards the end of this year. Then I will see actually how many people. I do believe in Lux can fill a stadium, so I do see them doing a program in a stadium and filling the stadium in Soweto. That would be very interesting. It will give us an idea of what how many numbers they have, and once they registered with they say they're submitting somewhere in the 28th of April, which is next week. Was it this week? Which is this week or next week? So give us the logo, give us the t-shirts, the free t-shirts. We love the free t-shirts. Give us the brand so that we know what are people voting for. So that will be very, very, very interesting to see. I'll be keeping a watchful eye on everything that is happening Soweto Parliament, concerning Soweto Parliament. It's your boy King 053. And guys, let's vote for Nhlanhla Lux. Follow him on social media. Follow him everywhere. Give him words of encouragement. The guy is doing very well. The guy is doing very well. It's better than people who are sitting and complaining in the community doing nothing. Nhlanhla Lux is actually getting his hands dirty. His feet are on the ground running. So it's unfortunately for the political space, you have to convict and take out the indoctrination that is already in the people of Soweto, especially the people of Soweto. They are so working ANC and other parties. It's gonna be difficult to take out that indoctrination in their minds. But please, guys, for those who are in Soweto, guys, vote for change, man. I really don't want to come here and tell people what they must vote for, but all I will say is vote for change. What has been happening around our country is not helping us with anything, guys. I just saw now a message that we're gonna get stage 6 again. I mean, I think, you guys, see you next time. I salute.